Drew, were you a dinosaur kid when you were little?
I really love Jurassic Park. Like I was a big Jurassic Park head. I saw that movie like 12 times in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, and I like read that book about raptors. Yeah, I guess I was a dinosaur kid. I was a
You were
dinosaur.
definitely a dinosaur kid.
I
I
was
don't
a
know why,
little
but
bit
I
of a
didn't
dinosaur
picture
kid.
that. Yeah.
Did you
Huh.
maybe see me as a dinosaur kid? Like I like the raptors a lot.
No, I pictured you as like a theater kid
I
almost.
mean, you can be a dinosaur kid and a theater kid. I think that's something that this week's movie has showed us incredibly well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so what are we
Yeah.
watching, Alex, on tonight's
Oh
Cinema
my
Bias?
gosh. Guys, get ready. Buckle the fuck up and take
Buckle
a
the fuck up.
buckle the fuck up and eat your brain bran, okay? Because
Oh
we're
my
gonna get
god.
some weird back a dinosaur story. Yeah, we're talking
Yeah.
dinosaurs. We're talking New York City, circa early 1980s, circa Little Richard. We're talking
Hmm.
some scatting John Goodman.
We're talking for some reason, like an incredibly intense Louis Armstrong impression from one of the characters. We're talking
Yeah,
Julia Childs. We're
yeah.
talking weird magic. And we're also going to
Time traveling
time
dinosaurs and
traveling talking
cereal.
dinosaurs and cereal. Also,
Yes.
guys, here's our credit sequence. No, no. What happened at the end of it? It was like do 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 do.
Yeah, I was
Anyway,
waiting for it to pop up,
let's
but
see.
we're
Let's see if we can do
not.
that. Is that good? Is that
Mhm.
better?
Yeah,
Is that worse?
yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
if you're watching us for the first time, thank you so much for hanging out with us. On Cinema Bias, we really chat our personal movie biases, why we like some, not others, and why the fuck it takes us so long to watch a beloved or not so beloved movie, whether it be an actor, director, a genre, whatever it is, and breaking down those movie barriers. Drew,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
what's your big movie bias? For
Well,
or
I think at this point we can say what we're doing, Alex. By the way, Video Drew right here, the Alex Smack on the other side. Guys, we do have Streamlabs open for tonight, streamlabs.com/Video Drew. Please send us monies. Monies, please. Dollar bills, y'all. You can send them in Streamlabs or Super Chats. And Alex, I'll tell you what my bias is. My bias is I love John Stanley. Stanley? Is that how you pronounce his name?
now I
Stanley.
feel bad. Or we've
John Patrick
intentionally done
Shanley.
an
The guy
entire
who
month
we've
of
decided to
him.
make a whole, like, we're just running through his entire oeuvre at this point. Cinema Bias has just become the Stanley Hour. That's what I decided to call it because no one voted in my Twitter quiz. So we're calling it the Stanley Hour. And it's just all his movies. We started with Wild Mountain Time, which was a weird place to start, admittedly. Went back and did Moonstruck last week. Now we're doing We're Back. If you just watch those movies, I guess you think this person has the most insane repertoire of anybody ever. But then you find out he also wrote and directed Doubt, and you're like, what is happening?
What a I don't want to say he's a complicated director because he's not. He seems like a writer and director that loves a variety of things, and he loves sticking to a very specific beloved formula, and I respect that. I
Celeste
really do.
Priest.
Mhm. Yeah, and there's a lot to say about it. But like you said, when it comes to this writer in particular, like you said, like you said, he's has a very varied history. He's more known for being a writer. He won an Oscar for best writing for Moonstruck. Almost said Moonlight, very different movie.
Moonlight's a
um,
TV show, I think, right? Moonlight? Oh, Moonlight.
Moonlight.
No, the Moonlight, the movie. Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
I
Moonlight's
almost said
also a
Moonlight,
TV
and I was
show.
like, wait, Moonstruck, wrong one. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's more known for being a writer than a director. Oh, can't forget, he also wrote and directed Joe
Doubt.
vs. Volcano, which was his directorial
Wait,
debut.
wait. He directed that too? I thought he just wrote that. That's great. That movie is
Wait, let me
fantastic.
double
When we
check
get
now.
to that
Now I'm
movie, when we
paranoid.
get to Joe versus the Volcano, I'm gonna be so happy because that's like one of my favorite movies besides Moonstruck. of
was
all
his
time.
directorial debut.
Boom. I used to think Joe Dante directed Joe versus the Volcano, and that's because I'm dumb and I was thinking Dante's like equals Volcano because it was around that year that I found out about those two volcano movies.
Tom Hanks. That makes sense.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Joe
Dante, Tom Hanks, Joe versus the Volcano.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it does make sense because I really loved The Burbs, which was Joe Dante. So maybe in my head I got that confused. But Alex, what was your big prejudice against or for dinosaur movies? Shall we say circa, this must have been 1993, right? Because it's the same year that Spielberg did Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it was actually technically released in 94. I believe. Okay. I could be wrong on that. But it's considered a Steven Spielberg movie. He was involved as a producer, but it's like presented on film as Steven Spielberg presents.
Because he wanted to corner the market. He like did this and he did Jurassic Park, and he was like, this is for the people who can't see Jurassic. This is for like children who are going to be too scared by Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg got real into dinosaurs one year, and it's also the year that he made Schindler's List, which is just bonkers. Like, Steven Spielberg, calm down.
I do want to clarify. He did, Joe. Yeah, he did not do it. No, it was directed by John Patrick Shanley.
No, I know he didn't direct it, but I meant like he produced it.
Yeah, I was just correcting William real quick.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he produced it, but he did Jurassic Park and Schindler's List that year, and then he produced this, and this was supposed to be like it's the first one, the first movie that was made under his animation studio. So this was like the first movie they came out with. So it was sort of like he was just trying to corner the market on like stegosauruses, which are very cute. Joe Dante didn't direct for this volcano. I know, that's what I was saying, William. I was saying I used to think he did. I used to think he did, and I realized I was thinking Dante's Peak, Volcano. I realized I was just getting it confused in my head. I know that he didn't. I didn't know that Stanley did, but I knew he didn't.
Well, when it comes to this movie in particular, my personal bias was this movie was perfect for me. I didn't see Jurassic Park until literally like a year and a half ago.
What?
For the first time.
What? You didn't see Jurassic Park?
I didn't. Why? I was a baby when Jurassic Park came out, and my brother was not a dinosaur kid. I was not a dinosaur kid. It was just. Oh,
well, now I'm kind of offended that you said dinosaur kid like it was something that you weren't. Like that was a separate set of kids than you.
I had a lot of friends that were dinosaur kids, but when this movie came
out. Oh, some of your best friends were dinosaur kids?
I had a lot of friends. Like, I remember having a lot of friends that had, like, dinosaur-themed birthday parties and sleepovers and stuff like that. Dinosaur month at school. I remember that was a thing.
Amber's saying it was released in 1993. Yeah, I thought so. It was, like, a huge year.
Well done.
Big year for dinosaurs. Big year for movies. But did you watch this movie, like, as a kid a lot? You and your brother?
A ton. This movie was my jam, and I remember watching this over and over when I was little. My parents, we had like 40 VHSs total, and that was it. and as a result,
that's a lot of VHSs.
Yeah, especially like for my brother and I, we didn't go to movie theaters all that much. Unless it was like the discount movie theater we had on the base, and then it would be like movies released like 8 months ago kind of thing, and tickets were like $2. But as a result,
back in the
day, well, actually they still have those theaters, but it would be. But as a result, my brother and I, we would watch each of these movies like 50 times, including this one, and I loved this one. I did. The music, I think, still is a bop. I liked the songs.
Yeah, let's get some images up from this, because this movie looks dope. It's a very interesting animation style.
It was made especially for someone my age. I was like 3-4 years old when this movie came out, and so this movie was kind of perfect for me and my age group. Because I was a scaredy cat, I got scared of everything. So this was perfect for me and my little animation style favorite.
This movie is sort of low-key scary, though. This movie has some scary-ass elements of it, and I guess we'll get into it. I want to say that until last week, I had never even heard of this movie. I didn't know this movie existed. When you described it to me, it sounded insane. It sounded like you were just like making something up on the spot, but like even that would be insane of you to do. Like, if you were just like riffing and yes-anding yourself, I don't think you could have come up with this story, Alex. No offense to you or anybody in the world,
totally
but like, I don't think anyone could.
I definitely agree. It's really wonky when you describe this plot to anyone. It's so weird. And it's also a very forgotten film for a lot of people. As far as I know, unless you were a child like me of the 90s that had very specific and you had a very specific list of movies you watched, things like that. This is not a movie that you come across very easily. As far as I know, I couldn't find it on any I couldn't stream it anywhere. I only could buy it personally.
So you own this movie now?
I own this movie now, and I'm totally fine with that. Yes, and it's a movie I think holds up. It's a short movie, which I appreciate.
I really liked how short it was. I was like, when it ended, I was like, oh wow, for real? More movies should take this movie's lead and be like TV length.
So efficient with its time, which I appreciate. It's very clear cut.
Although I would watch a Snyder Cut version of this film, just to be clear.
Oh gosh, there's like a 3.5 hour Snyder Cut. Somewhere.
No, like the Snyder Cut of this movie is like 40 minutes. It's like 40 minutes longer. It's the size of a regular movie.
It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. Well,
sorry, are you guys seeing how cute the dog is? Oh, you can't see it. Like, she's being very cute right now.
Is it Tulpa or what?
It's Sammy. She's being such a cutie.
Cute.
Hi, little bear. Anyway, I really like this movie, but let's get into describing it because, wow, I'm not sure if I can do this one. I'm gonna get real Alex about it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure how far I'm gonna get into the plot synopsis.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pull up the timer. Okay. Are you ready?
No, and I never will be. But let's do it.
Okay. Ready and go. Wait, hold up. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so there's a baby bird, and it's living in current day New York, and it runs into a dinosaur T-Rex who's playing golf in golf pants, and John Goodman, so he's going to tell the rest of the story in flashback, and he used to be a dumb dinosaur, but then somebody gave him some, like, brain grain, which is like a cereal from outer space, but also just made by a crazy guy from the future who can read children's wishes and uses that really creepy ability to read that everyone from the very, very distant future in which everybody loves everybody and everything's fine, they all want to see dinosaurs. So instead, he takes the dinosaurs, and now that they're all smart, he puts them in like current day New York. And he's like, that'll solve it. That'll solve what the future children will want for some reason. And then he's like, but just watch out for my brother. He's got a crazy eye, and like runs the circus. But he can also time travel, but he chooses not to. And then also go see Julia Childs. She lives at the Natural History Museum, and she's going to help you out. And then they meet this like little orphan like Oliver kid, but he's got this New York accent. And then he's like meets Lisa Simpson, and then they go to the circus. And then you can more with a singing dinosaur.
You spent the entire minute on the first literally 10 minutes.
I dare anyone to sum up this movie better. Now you know what it feels like to be listening to Summer. Like, now that was a perfect Alex summation, but I still think I got pretty far in it. That's like a pretty good summation of the concept of the film. I got you to like the premise and the setup. What did I miss, Alex?
Okay, so they get to New York City. They arrive there and they're talking and everything at this point. They're like, oh my gosh, New York City is so cool. And they come across this kid that just recently ran away from his home and named Louis. He's hanging out. He ends up rescuing T-Rex Rex from drowning. They're like, oh, let's go join the circus or something. Let's go.
Yeah, no, he wants to literally join the circus.
He's running away from home so he can literally join the circus.
Which is a cool thing to do.
Yeah, in theory, for sure. And they happen across this little girl, and she's essentially, it's like a poor little rich girl situation. Her parents are not home.
That's not her. That's the dude.
That's definitely not her. She's like, my dad is in business. My mom is a socialite. I am literally a debutante, and I'm alone in this massive house.
Oh, poor baby, honestly. It's Lisa, and she's Lisa Simpson.
And she's like literally in you see like a picture of her at school, like it's there's some like on family day at school, and everyone, all the other tables have like families and smiling, and she's the only one at her family table, and there's like a little reservation. Oh my gosh, it was so sad. Anyway, Louis convinces this little girl to run away with him. I can't remember her name. I think it's just like Cecilia or something.
Oh, I think it's Cecilia.
Is it
Someone
Cecilia?
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Cecilia.
Well, cell 5 then. And he convinces her to run away with him to the circus so they can be together, because he's like, what else are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
He convinces her real easily by the fact that she's just in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, she decides real quick.
Thanks, Anthony Nugent. Oh my gosh, with a $50 donation. Oh wow. Thank you, Anthony.
Hi,
Thanks,
Nuge.
Nuge. Good to see you, man.
I haven't seen him in a while. I just saw Lucas was streaming just a little bit ago, and he was over in that chat apparently.
Oh, this is Wait. Let me get her on camera if we're gonna do this. This is the dog grooming and talking about We're Back, a dinosaur story. I DM'd John John Shanley. I want everyone to know that I did slide into his DMs to tell him that we were doing We're Back as both a quiz and a movie, and I said we're super fans. Our channel has become a dedicated Stanley Hour space. And he wrote, that's cool. And I was like, so if you ever want to come on and just talk about one of your movies. And he did not respond.
Oh,
but the point is that I got him to respond to like one of the things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fair. He's a busy guy. I totally get it.
Oh no, we're going to get him on, Alex. Before our Stanley Hour is up, we will get him on one of these programs.
I remember thinking, okay, so yeah, Eric, I was actually between his name being her name. I was like, I kept thinking her name was Nut House, and I'm like, it definitely couldn't be Nut House. That's like not her name. But I remember thinking
Nut House
something. It's Nut House.
What character?
Cecilia
wait,
Nut House.
I'm like missing the comment. What character?
Cecilia, her last name is Nuthatch.
Nuthatch. Oh, but true or false, she is voiced by Lisa Simpson.
Yes.
Yes. And so it's very distracting because you're like, that's Lisa Simpson's voice. But for some reason, she's like an incredibly romantic child. Like it's very clear that I feel like that she's into this guy in a way that he just wants to join the circus. Like she's like in love with him. We're missing the part though where the dinosaurs, it's a Thanksgiving movie, which is rare. We know how rare those are, Thanksgiving films, because this movie takes place during Thanksgiving because we see a Thanksgiving Day parade. At one point, that's what Rex is singing a song to, because yes, there is a song.
Go
ahead.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the Thanksgiving hat reference is like the only thing that references being Thanksgiving. But considering that it's like New York Thanksgiving Day parade,
it's a parade. Like that's all the reference point you need.
Parade, yeah.
We don't have big giant floats going around other times of the year.
And so. Not Dr. Screw Eyes, the nice doctor that feeds them.
Dr. Julia Childs.
No, not.
Oh, the good guy, the brother.
Yeah, the brother. I don't know his name.
Can we talk about something for a quick second?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the brother and him were born at the same time, right? They were born approximately at the same time.
But it's not mentioned if they're twins or anything.
I don't need them to be twins, but they were born like in the same lifespan as each other.
Yes.
And the doctor is time traveling. Like he's like Doctor Who. He's traveling back to the prehistoric era. He's bringing them into the near future, but then he also knows about the distant future where he's from. So his brother also has a time machine, is from the distant future, but chooses to live in like 1993 New York under the guise of like a circus. Like I don't even get what that guy's deal is. He doesn't seem crazy. He seems, if anything, to be like the less eccentric of the two brothers.
By extension, yeah, it's kind of weird. He operates this circus, and it's not just a regular circus. It's a circus that's almost more like a haunted house, because its purpose is to scare you. Literally,
which is awesome.
And people are like, "Why do people come here?" And he's like, "To be scared. They want to be scared."
Oh my god, they'd be like any of these immersive haunt. If he had gone to 2003 or 2013. He would have made a killing. People love that shit now. People love those immersive haunted houses.
Yeah, I actually watched this and I'm like, and I was like, is this supposed to be meta? Because I feel like people.
Those were not a big thing yet, but they would be
now. Yeah. And she's like, why are people doing this?
Why do
Why
people like to be scared? I guess it's
I
commentary
don't
on the people that are being too much of a pussy to see Jurassic Park in the first place, or
like
children.
me being 3 years old.
But again, so wait, but this brings back my main point, which is like this guy, he's such a small time thinker. Like he has an ability to make people paranoid, to give them this screaming memes, which was a term that I don't think was relevant in 2000 or sorry 1993. I don't think that phrase was relevant since 1933. The screaming memes. It's like a kind of nightmare, but it's like talking about delirium tremors or something. But he has the ability to do all this crazy shit, just like his brother has the ability to give the dinosaurs powers by making them eat cereal, which must have been some sort of marketing campaign for some tie-in something. But like his brother has the ability to make animals dumber. So he can turn humans, he can de-evolve humans back into apes. He can de-evolve dinosaurs back into dumber dinosaurs. And he has the ability to like control people's emotions. And this guy's big plan is to run a circus. Like that is such practical, like base level thinking.
He's apparently okay. So his real big thing is that he is constantly fearful. He's scared of being alone. He is scared of being alone in the world, of the universe, or whatever it may be. Especially as a time traveler, that can be. I can only imagine.
Is he time traveling?
Well, I don't know if he is a time traveler per se.
He is a time traveler. I don't think he is currently time traveling.
Yeah, I don't. Like, it's never mentioned if he also has a time travel machine, but his brother does. And the thing is, also knowing that time travel is actually achievable and possible, and someone does.
Yeah, maybe his brother had the machine, and then his brother dropped him off in like the 90s and was like, "You stay here now." Because it's real weird. The way the brother brings him up is like, he's like, you gotta go, like, find my friend Julia Childs. And, like, because I think the purpose is to introduce kids to dinosaurs, since that's all the kids' wishes. He wants to reintegrate dinosaurs back into society. Very unclear. I guess at the ending, the implication being that if Rex is running around playing golf in modern day New York, then everyone knows about dinosaurs, and, like, we've just brought them back to life. And so the future kids can be happy and see the dinosaurs.
It's the middle future.
No, I know, but like his progeny will exist in current day New York, so the dinosaurs will then like be smart and coexist with humans in like a normal way, I guess is the implication. So the very future kids. But why not just bring the smart dinosaurs to the future? And just why even bother with 1993 New York where your crazy brother is?
Maybe it's the future where they don't really care about dinosaurs all that much.
No, that's where he's listening to the wishes. Is in the future. He says the future kids. It's in a place where we've solved all the wars, all the races get along, and so all the kids want is to see a dinosaur. Anyway, good luck in Manhattan pre-Giuliani, and just go.
Maybe, hear me out. Maybe he has in his head that he's like, hey, in order for the future, in order for them to have dinosaurs, I need to integrate dinosaurs into the middle future.
That's what I was thinking.
It's going to become much more normalized. So kids in the future are going to have dinosaurs. It's a normal thing by then.
Right. We're not going to scare the crap out of them by just introducing dinosaurs. But then again, like that would negate them wishing for dinosaurs. Then they're going to wish for a new thing, and he's going to have to go do that. And it's weird that him and his brother came up with technology that was like antithetical to each other. Like his brother clearly came up with this scary thing, and he came up with like a wish one, like a wish granter machine, or at least a wish listener. And his brother came up with like a fear listener and like a evolver. The whole thing's just weird. I want to know more about their relationship. Why drop these dinosaurs off in a timeline when you know your crazy brother lives there? And it's like, beware of him. And honestly, they don't beware of him. It's not like the dude catches them. It's like they walk into his like circus and they're like, okay, I guess we're just doing this now.
Well, it's like, the kids, they join not realizing, and the dinosaurs are like, no, we need to save the children. And so I do think something that I thought was kind of interesting watching it now, which I don't think was I don't know if it was intentional or not, but there's this association with medication.
Well, with pills, like limitless style medication.
Like bad behavior with the pills, essentially.
Yeah, definitely an Adderall subplot there.
I was like, so taking medication is bad? Is that
it's like taking neurotropics. It's like taking neurotropics are bad.
Mhm.
it's not like the drugs themselves are bad. Like the drugs make them smart, but then it's like another kind of drug de-evolves
Mhm.
them and makes them
Yeah.
dumber. I don't really think
I
it was really that much thought put into
yeah.
the drug thing there.
Well, I absolutely agree with you for sure. It's just that they looked like actual like medication. It didn't look like
Cereals?
it didn't look like they were smoking or anything. They didn't look like they were taking any kind of other recreational drug. It looked
But
very specific to
they were
medication.
they were like I thought it looked like cereal because it was supposed to be like grain.
No, so New Eyes gave him like a Brainiac cereal. So Screw Eyes, the bad brother, he gave him in a green jar, white
Oh,
little
that's
tube
right.
with the little thing in the center.
Gotcha,
And so
gotcha. Now I remember.
it was yeah, it was very purposeful. And there was like 30 of them to it, a little jar with a cap on it. And so the design of it was very intentional. So I don't think it was like, oh, we're making this huge
No,
commentary
you're
saying
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I think that
but
I think it might have been too. That was like the big "don't do drugs" kids era. That would
mhm,
make sense. I could see that
yeah.
being a thing. Why do you smell
Yeah.
like farts? Sorry, not you.
Because maybe he farted.
No, it just smells like constant poop farts. Okay.
I kind of want to know from anyone in the chat if you guys kind of grew up watching this movie or anything like that.
What were your guys' big concerns and questions watching this film? Was it really Julia Child's voice? That was my biggest thing. I thought that was a man doing Julia Childs. Julia Childs' character is in the mixed up files of Mrs. Franklin Basilwater or whatever. She lives at the Natural History Museum. She's another scientist. For some reason, this guy just drops them off in New York and is like, "Go find my friend. My brother's
With
crazy.
the
Like, what
raft.
up?"
You have a random raft for the Hudson
Yeah,
River, I guess,
and they're like,
you
"We
have
didn't ask for
like,
this."
the backpack things with the parachutes. That's where I'm looking for.
And by the way, do you think the first thing they did when they became dinosaurs is don't eat meat anymore? Like they would, or when they went from being dinosaurs to like sentient, evolved dinosaurs that talk like John Goodman and give um, little performances on the Macy's Day Parade. You would think, okay, well they can't eat people anymore, and they can't eat other dinosaurs, so they must become vegetarian. No, the first thing they do is eat hot dogs, which is also like
Or
a
yeah, some kind of
what a
vape
weird
sausage.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
To be like,
Uh,
I want the most unrecognizable meat.
yeah.
I want to consume the most processed meat, but that is because now I am evolved and I only like terrible
Yeah.
things.
Also, can't forget Elsa. Every time she gets like
Oh,
horny.
Elsa's a pterodactyl, right?
Yeah, the pterodactyl is for sure. And she's oh my gosh, I don't know her name, but she plays the character like she's oh gosh, Dr. Evil's wife person,
Dr. Evil doesn't have life.
right hand woman.
Oh, Dr. Von whatever. Oh,
Uh,
yeah. But she doesn't have a German accent, does she?
No, not as far as I know, but she voices Elsa in this one, and
Oh,
she's
wait,
like,
is it the
"Ooh,
same
that
lady?
makes me want to lay an egg." And I was like, "Oh
Wait, is
Jesus,
it the same lady?
yeah."
Oh, I thought you said she sounded like it. I was like, she doesn't
Oh
sound
no,
like that.
I no, I thought I was like her. I kept thinking to myself when I looked it up. I was like, her voice sounds really, really familiar, but I can't place it. That happens a lot
That's
in this movie.
crazy. Yeah, we didn't figure
Like,
that out. Eric,
I,
you
like,
owe
I,
us. You owe me a
I didn't
popsicle.
realize it was Julia Child until later on. Like I was like, she sounds so familiar. A lot of these people in these voices in these movies.
You thought Julia Child sounded familiar? I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
Well, I
what
didn't.
the fuck is that voice?
I didn't know who Julia Child was when I was little, dude.
So then how did her voice sound familiar? Like, how did you ever know? Because she just sounds like a man.
Because I've seen Julia Child episodes like since I've been older.
Wait,
And
Julia Child episodes of what? Did she have a TV show?
like her cooking show, way back in the
Oh,
day.
I didn't know she had a cooking show. I don't know that much about Julia
Show.
Child.
I also I remember her like the SNL episodes when they do Julia Child on SNL, which is
Yeah,
really
that was
funny.
my first thought. Was my first thought was, all those impressions that old sketch comedy, not SNL because they actually used Anna Gassmeyer, but I was like, well, all those old Kids in the Hall or whatever sketches where they would use men to play Julia Childs. I always just thought was like a weird sketch comedy drag thing that they like to do. No, it's because she sounds straight up like a man, and like so does Martha Stewart. Ooh. So I don't know. That's not disrespectful. I think women with deep voices are sexy, but she just straight up sounds like a dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was. I mean, for that character in particular, I thought it was really. It's weird. This movie's full of weird characters. The conversations almost as if there's like a hidden community of scientists where everyone knows where within this community they all know about time travel and everything.
It is sort of like being at somebody's conference
throughout time. Like Tesla's in the community.
Oh, you know who'd be in the community and didn't think about it? 1993, New York loves dinosaurs. Are you figuring out where I'm going with this? Ross from Friends. He's their other connection. He's the other pickup point.
Yeah. He does work at the Museum of Natural History, I think.
Yes, well, exactly. Ross is our other contact point.
I don't want to make Ross cool, man. I really don't. I hate Ross.
Ross? Who Ross? That's my Jennifer Aniston impression. Ross?
Yeah.
We were on a break. God, that's dumb.
Oh my gosh, I hate.
Should we talk about the sequence where they do a musical number?
Yes. I forgot how much of a bop this song is. It's a jazzy song, and it's it's a song that's played during the Thanksgiving Day parade, and John Goodman sings some like weird rock jazz, and I'm so into it.
It is a bop.
And then in the end credits song, it's Lil Richard that sings it, and it's like Pull Back the Rock or To the Dawn of Time or something like that. And
did he write the lyrics? Like, who wrote the lyrics to this one?
And it's
wait, do that again. Do that again. How's it go?
Oh, stop you.
No, please do it again.
Pull back the rock, turn back the clock and turn back the clock.
So the messaging in this is very funny when you think about it, right? Because the messaging is like, we're all going to go back in time, or like turn back the clock. We're all going to like go backwards and not dinosaurs from the future. And how do people react in New York to seeing these giant dinosaur thingies? Because it's not like Jurassic Park.
Well, they saw that. I mean, they see all in the parade itself, and they're singing along. It reminded me felt very kind of reminiscent of Ferris Bueller's Day
Off. That's exactly the analogy I was going to make.
I kept thinking, I was like, this feels very familiar. Dock a chain.
It is literally the scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, except they're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Now, and people are seeing them.
And they were pulling I don't know what they're called in parades. Like, are they called cards? Are they called cars?
Like the cars or like the floats or what?
Like the floats. Yeah, the floats. Yeah. And they pulled a float that was in the shape of a castle with Louis and Cecilia. They were like, yeah, they're running it. And Rex, being the cutie that he is, he sees a long neck dinosaur float, and he's like, oh, another one of us. He goes up and gives him, he's like, oh, put her there kind of thing. And he, not realizing it, he just
bring up a picture
out of it.
He what?
All the air comes out of this long neck.
Oh yeah, he ruins it.
And so it lands on them, and the music stops, and they're like, oh, music's done now. And some kids like come up to Rex, and they're like, hello there. And they're like,
oh, this is totally normal.
Real dinosaur. We thought it was a robot.
Yeah. And weirdly, nobody is like, oh, fucking dinosaurs.
And then people
it's like the opposite of Jurassic Park.
People freak out at dinosaurs at that point. They're like, people freak out, and they start like they start going crazy. But then somehow, some way, they're like, let's get the 10 cops to rally the cops.
The 10 cops that are in New York during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, notoriously famous for having no security.
And some of the cops were voiced. There was one of the cop cameos was voiced by Jay Leno, but
Jay Leno's also the Martian.
Was it the Martian? I thought it was the cop. Anyway,
he's also he might also be the cop, but he's definitely the Martian.
When I heard the first cop being like, put your hands up kind of thing, I could have swore it was Danny DeVito, because he does a bunch of voice work. Like, he voiced like the big bad boss from Space Jam. He did
Did you check it out? Was it him?
But he's not, if he's in it, he's not credited. It's not IMDb. However, his wife of the time, Rhea Perlman, voiced a character as Mother Bird. So if he just happened in
interesting. You would think though, why wouldn't he get credited? Like, it might be another late night guy. Didn't you say that Larry King was also on this?
I think so. It was like one of those throwaway lines, and I was like, wait. And I like played back, and I was like, that sounds a lot like him. And I don't know.
Who played Dr. Screwtape or whatever?
Larry King played himself, so maybe it was like something that played over the radio or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Or like it was a TV commercial or something.
I see Eric in the comments being like, Julia Childs was only famous for her cooking show. I guess I only knew Julia Childs from the books and from the movie Julia and Julia, which I thought took place, like, half of it took place in the way, way past. So I thought she was like Virginia Woolf era.
It was. I thought.
No, Julia Childs existed like in the here and now because she existed in 1993, but like, so that's the Julia from Julia and Julia, right? One of them is Julia Childs. So yeah. I guess I'm just wrong. Like, that's the role that Meryl Streep had.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Julia Child, I would love to see another biopic of Julia Child, to be honest. She is such a interesting character. Yeah, so this movie in particular, also I do want to dedicate a little extra time to the creepiness of this movie, the visuals at least, and the eccentricities of
yes. Let's get some photos up.
Yeah, so Amber, Ahmad, a girl, if you can bring up some photos, there's a real huge color tone difference. New York City, there's a lot of bright colors, oranges, reds, greens, blues, and everything. And suddenly, we are moved over to Central Park, where as you see, a lot of bright colors and vibrant, family friendly, right? And then we are being shifting over to this eccentric, oddball, quote unquote oddball circus, and set in Central Park, and we see a few like stereotypical like 90s punks there with their head shaven, and they kind of pick on these kids there for a minute. And there's the color difference though is suddenly there's a bunch of neon greens, dark purples, bright pinks, blacks, grays, navies. So it's a lot of dark
very
colors.
Badass New York.
Yeah, rar. And pun intended. But it's rar. Yes. And but it just goes with you're not necessarily scared, but you're like, what's gonna happen?
You're definitely like, that's not the nice place in New York that we're like, that's not the Home Alone 2 part of New York.
I thought Home Alone 2 was set in wait, which one's in Chicago?
The first one.
Well, the first one is like in the suburb of Chicago, but I thought
the second one's Lost. It's the literal one. The subtitle is Lost in New York.
Oh, well, there you go.
But like all the rest of the John Hughes movies are set in Chicago, so, and he wrote that one, so
that makes sense.
I could see that could be confusing.
That's fair.
Sorry that I'm grooming the dog. The thing is that she has not been able to take a bath or a shower for 2 weeks because of this cone on her head, and she smells awful. It's gonna come off tomorrow.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh my god, poor us. We've had to I haven't been able to leave the house in like weeks, just taking care of this little baby, my little babby. But here's the thing, Alex. When the kids themselves, they get turned into
monkeys, apes,
monkeys. It's weird that dinosaurs don't turn into like, I don't know, I guess birds came after, but like it's weird that the de-evolution dinosaurs are just like dumber dinosaurs, but de-evolution humans are monkey children.
Yeah.
I guess dinosaurs are like the proto thing, but
that was like kind of weird. The whole idea of de-evolution, I guess.
De-evolving.
Devolving. Yeah, and it was really scary, and there's crows everywhere, or
the crows eat the bad guy.
Well, you don't really see him eat the bad guy. He's like,
they just kind of like they absorb the bad guy.
They fly to all of them. They fly to him. They make a crow symbol in the formation of his body, and they suddenly he's not there, and he disappears. And so it's always coming back.
It's one
And
of
all
those things where you could tell they were trying to be like, okay, well, we have to make it kid friendly, so like let's do something that will like not be scary to children or like just implies violence. But in actuality, it's so much scarier than like, because it leaves something to your imagination that like, yeah, that's so much scarier than like you would actually, as a kid, you would just use your imagination like, oh my god, what happened to him? What did the crows do to him? They're like, we're just going to imply something bad happens, but in doing so, they made it so much more scary.
Well,
Like, you know what else was like that? The freaking Care Bear movie. It had this scary thing about a talking book, and like it was supposed to just kind of all be. Ooh,
I didn't even know Care Bear had a movie.
Well, yeah, Care Bears had a movie. Care Bears had a great movie. There was this book that talked, and she was like, Nicholas, and she would like talk to the kid, and that's where we got introduced to the Care Bear cousins and the Care Bear forest because there was like lions and stuff. And anyway, like I just remember that like the implicit scary stuff was so much scarier than if they just been like, and then the gun took a book and shot this kid in the head, or like something. Like it was all just very.
Care Bear movie slapped, Eric.
Yeah, just show these kids real violence. What I'm saying is we need more gun violence in cartoon movies for children and less implied crow eating.
I do like the imaginative death, though. I like the idea, and like all that remains is a screw that where his eye was. Amber, if you can pull up a picture of Dr. Screw Eyes,
he's basically Mad Eye Mooney as Doctor.
Very much so. He literally has a screw that like glows green,
and I want to know how that happened.
It's so weird.
Did that happen in like with his brother in the TARDIS or like whatever? Like here's what my theory is. They grew up in like some super scientist household in the very, very future where no one's bad, right? Like, because everyone gets along, all the races get along. But they're like, you know what? Things are good, but they could be better. So as brothers working together, this is a story I've made up behind it. This has nothing to do with the movie. This is just my backstory that I've come up with. In my head, canon, they create this thing that they can de-evolutionize and re-evolutionize people, or like de-evolve and evolve creatures. And then they also build a time machine. They're both in on it, and they're like, you know what, why stop there? Let's also be able to like listen into people's thoughts and control their emotions. And then at some point one of the brothers gets into a fight about the use of the machine. They're like, we should use our machines to solve wishes, and he's like, no, let's use it for like craving capitalistic purposes, like making money at a circus that we'll run. And the other brother's like, no, I don't like that. Also, you're bad. They get into a big fight. He knocks his brother's eye out, and that makes his brother go like really, really freaking nuts at him. So while they're fighting in the time machine, he's like, the professor's like, you know what? I'm just going to drop you off right here. And since you don't have another time machine, you'll just be stuck here. And his brother's like, no, but I guess I can just do my circus idea anyway, because you still left me that one machine. But he doesn't seem like he's particularly like the smart one of the family. He's just the one with the business acumen. Guys, am I totally wrong in my read of this movie? You can let me know in the comments.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he said if his character, looking at the visuals alone, reminded me a little bit of I don't know his name, the villain from Princess and the Frog.
Oh, what's his name? Oh, the Keith David character. I got friends on the other side. What is his name? Oh my god, someone in the comments help us out here. He's like the voodoo doctor, right?
I mean, yeah, look at him. I mean,
he's something of New Orleans, right? He's the
I don't know honestly, but I mean, like the long coat, the top hat.
It's doctor. He's Doctor something. Doctor. Damn it. What is it? Somebody help me out. Doctor something. And that's the guy from Princess and Frog.
But he also has a huge not so much a time machine of his own, but he has a different kind of machine. So I did want to mention, like I said, there's like stereotypical, quote unquote, like, punks or whatever, older people that kind of intimidate him. But
I like how we're just looking at the Google page.
Magic machine that apparently pretty much makes fears come to life.
Yeah, exactly.
and it's massive. And it's look at that. It looks like something out of late 1800s sci-fi like story. Like you see those full pictures with Tesla and stuff like that, and you see like these weird grander movies, pictures and stuff, and that's what it looks like. It's so funky, and I dig it, and I love the colors and everything. And he's also like pissed at this clown for wanting to be funny, and the clown gets back at him saying, "That's comedy."
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's great.
All right, I'm saying something real quick. Yep. I think the scariest thing here is that she's rich, right? The little girl's rich, Cecilia.
Mm-hmm.
Where are her parents, like, looking for? These are rich people. This would be like if the Lindenberg baby went away again. Like, you can't just steal, like, a rich kid off the streets of New York.
I don't know. She was. I mean, like we didn't see.
I get they were
anyone.
neglectful. Jesus.
She was literally home alone, and it was kind of mentioned that, and this entire movie. You have to remember, this movie takes place all in the span of a day.
Jesus. Well, no, the flash forward implies that he's there a while afterwards, though, right? Because that's the. Is he telling the story to the little birdie?
Like through the flashback. But I mean, like through the flashback and everything. Yeah, but the story.
But who's he flashbacking to? Was he telling the bird a story?
Yeah,
he was. Okay, so he was talking to the bird that whole time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and the story ends. And they all go back to their families and everything, and they're this cute heteronormative couple, and they're cute. So,
yeah, are the kids gonna the kids are not dating though, right? I mean, that'd be weird.
I mean, yeah, they were. You didn't date when you were that young?
Also, what parents frame a picture of their kids being depressed and alone at a family night? LOL. I'll tell you who. Alfred. That's Alfred's job. That's their Alfred's job.
Also, Nancy.
This is like their nanny to be.
It's like I feel like it was like one of those like pictures you take at a like you see taken at a like in a yearbook or something.
Yeah, but
you're not really focusing on one family in particular. It's like supposed to be like a grander
yeah, but here's the hilarious part: is why I think Nancy's question is why frame it and like put it up to show,
because that's literally all she has.
Yeah, I know, but I just feel like that's just like we're terrible parents. Like that's
because they literally are terrible parents.
And well, here's the thing about rich people that I know that they love to do: sit for family portraits, even if they don't love their kids. They do love doing that. If movies have taught me one thing, rich people love to sit for family portraits, and it's always hanging in their foyer.
Fancy. Well, the parents did. I don't know if it was the parents were on vacation or if it's just like a picture of an old picture of them on vacation, essentially. And
what?
Because her parents, Cecilia's parents, they had a picture of her parents being on vacation at some point. Saying
that's also weird. So there's like photos of their daughter, and then separately photos of them having fun on a vacation. Just to be like, you weren't here. All we got for you was this lousy t-shirt. Anyway, hope you had fun at this thing. We framed a picture of you being sad and us being neglectful in case the police ever show up or like child services. They'll know exactly what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, they are considered a couple at the end because there's like pictures of them like doing coupley things.
They're like 8 though. They're not married. They're too young to do anything. All they've done is turned into apes together. That bonds you, but I believe that she'll go off to a nice college and probably meet some other guy, and they'll remain in touch, but I don't think they have that much in common, these two. She was just more like infatuated with him. He's kind of an asshole. This kid.
He's a kid that's learning. He's learning. He's an 8-year-old boy. And that's not an excuse for being an asshole, but at that point you're kind of learning your boundaries. You're kind of learning.
But what's wrong with his parents? His parents don't suck, right? He just ran away. Right? Oh, Alex frozen. Or she's thinking really hard. One of the two. Okay, so just follow up question. Oh wait, you're back.
Sorry. Yeah, I just went fuzzy there for a bit.
So wait, what did you say? Like, did he have terrible parents, or did he just get like bored?
He had totally fine parents, but he ran away from home
Yeah.
because he felt like his parents embarrassed him. Like his mom would kiss him and say she loved him in public.
Oh yeah, real between him and Cecilia, real some white kid problem, first world white kid problems. My mom
But
loves me too much. My parents are too rich.
yeah,
You know,
and
they'd be friends with Batman.
right, exactly that, honestly. And Louis in particular, like he sees
Louis Armstrong. Yes.
what?
We didn't explain who Louis is. Louis Armstrong, dinosaur, right? Or am I crazy? I thought the Louis was the dinosaur that sounds like Louis Armstrong. Is that not right?
No, Louis is the little kid.
Oh, the little. I thought his name
Little
was something
boy.
else. Who's the dinosaur that sounds like Louis Armstrong?
Rex?
No, the other one is like talks like this.
Woob?
Like
Woob?
what?
Woob?
Maybe it's the one who's not a chicken, not Rex.
The
Yeah,
Triceratops?
the Triceratops. The Triceratops. He talks like Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, you're right. Woog. Thank you for correcting me, Nancy. It's he's played by a French dude.
Interesting, because they for some reason thought the thing that 1993 children wanted to hear their dinosaur sound like was Louis Armstrong impressions.
Was that
really
a
hyper relevant?
That.
And not only that, but let's have a character in this movie named Louis, but let's make sure it's not him, just to see if the kids get it.
I never made that connection, to be honest.
I mean,
I never listened. I never thought he was supposed to sound like an impression or anything.
I'll tell you something. He's doing a more realistic, nuanced impression of Louis Armstrong than Julia Childs is doing of Julia Childs.
That feels
like I was like, that's a little extreme when she was ever popping up. And how does she even help out? Like, she just exists in this world.
So her purpose, she's the one, I assume she runs the Museum of Natural History.
No, she just lives there.
Or just lives there. But she's the person organizing this big dinosaur exhibit. And she works with Dr. New Eyes. I think he's a doctor. I don't know if he's a doctor, but with New Eyes is to get those dinosaurs to this museum.
Okay, so I see what's happening here.
She was supposed to be there at like the dock when they arrive.
Yes.
And she comes like a minute too late.
Well, here's what's happening. It's like, if you've ever seen Doctor Who, she's like the companion. Like, he's the doctor. He's traveling around time and space. She's like his point of contact. Here's what's messed up. He drops them out of the goddamn sky. Like, they're in outer space. Oh yeah, there's an alien in this. It's Jay Leno. He's an alien, and he's the one that first gets them the brain drain, and then they're all in this TARDIS like machine in outer space. And then they're like, okay, but we're sending you back to Earth, and then he just drops them out of the fucking sky, like they're in that new Chris Pratt like Tomorrow War movie
with a little raft.
What?
With a little baby raft thing that they
just drops him out of the sky. He's like, almost hits a kid. But it just seems like if her thing is that she's also doing a dinosaur exhibit, then they're just trying to use dinosaurs for their crass, craven, emotional, like, their cash grab too. This is just like different competing companies trying to use dinosaurs for their advantage at the end of the day. This is like the guy, it's like John Hammond and, or what was the name of that? Schmoedown? Or whatever it's called, the Jurassic Park. I know it wasn't Schmoedown, but it's something close to that.
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't seen any, as far as I remember, I can't remember any of the I haven't seen any of the Jurassic Park sequels.
I think it's Schmoedown, or it's something like that. Anyway, someone can tell me. I'm sure Eric will tell me in the chat. But it does feel like this kind of takes place in the Jurassic Park, maybe extended universe. Like, this is like an alternate verse. This is their Loki. This is their Loki show, where it's like it's got an alternate timeline, or it's doing something weird with time and space. But
Spielberg was doing cinematic universes before Feige.
Yeah, so it was this, Schindler's List, and Jurassic Park, and they all take place in the same cinematic universe. No, not starting that.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Mm-hmm. Alex,
Sure.
What about this movie appealed to you as a child?
This movie? What appealed to me about it was the idea of the real sense of sci-fi. I really liked a lot of, even though I wasn't a real big into dinosaurs or anything all that much, I really loved the idea of sci-fi movies. Um, it felt like something I've never seen before, especially at that age. Like, how many animated movies from the 90s do you remember include are set in modern day New York and include time machines and stuff like that, weird stuff, and weird and wacky characters. It is I think I was really drawn to as a kid. I loved how simple it was, how quick it was. It was easy to digest as like a 5-year-old. Let's
Mm-hmm.
be honest, because I was 5 years old when I watched this.
I'd say like
And
the Page Master was the Page Master. The Page Master was kind of like this. No time
dude, I
machine, but
love
they did have
Page
a
Master.
they have a board like a vortex that sucked them into another world.
I
Space
love
Jam, I
that.
guess, would fall into this like platform too, just being taking someone
Mm-hmm.
out of like their timeline and forcing them to interact with like animated characters. Let's see,
Mm-hmm.
Cool World was this kind of like the kids' version of Cool World?
I
Maybe,
haven't
maybe
seen
not.
Cool World, so I can't tell you.
Well, you made an interesting point before we got on air, Alex, which is that there's a clown in this, Stubbs, played by Martin Short, who makes a reference. This movie has a reference in it, and
Yes.
he's actually himself a visual reference.
Well, Martin Short, he
Stubbs.
plays Dr. Screwwise's
His name is
like
Stubbs.
clown. Yes, Stubbs, who is a clown for this eclectic circus. But he's a good guy, but he just like somehow got into this really awful place.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to stay the server until he makes this dude laugh.
Mm-hmm. And so he tries so hard to make him laugh. Um,
But he's just not funny.
yeah. But that's the thing, he is funny, just not to him.
Well,
That's
the
the thing.
taste is subjective.
Because everyone else laughs. Literally everyone. Whole crowds of people
Yeah,
laugh.
well,
But
people like the Hangover movies too.
that's true.
I'm
That's true.
just kidding.
Oh, so yeah, so it was. I never noticed it until I watched this, but his pants that he's wearing are like red and white checkered pants, and it's when he's also like he's doing a whole thing. He's giving Screw Eyes a series of things. He's like, here's a buzzer, here's my goggle eyes, here's my rubber turkey, here is my magic rabbit, and it's Roger Rabbit.
It's Roger Rabbit, and he's
He
wearing
literally
Roger
pulled
Rabbit's
Roger
pants.
Rabbit out of his hat.
Oh man, let's see if we can get a screenshot of that. Let's see if we can pull one up. I'll look for it.
And he doesn't say anything. It's just a quick visual.
That's really funny. So wait, it wasn't made by the same studio because again, this was a first-time studio. This was Steven Spielberg's new animation studio, which I'm not sure went anywhere. I mean, somebody fact-check me on this, but I don't think his studio went anywhere. Like, I don't think
really
they made that many movies.
But this, like I said, okay, so when we did chat before going live, I did mention to you, which you were surprised about, but this movie had 4 directors. Now, obviously, back in the
No,
day, it's much more
yeah.
common. And nowadays, usually there's 1 or 2 directors when it comes to directing an animated film. I mean, if you look at a bunch of even a
Moana
bunch
and
of
all them too, people. Yeah.
a bunch of Pixar movies. There's a bunch of them. But for
This movie
example,
has it has 4 directors. We noticed that straight. That was the
yeah,
first thing me and Eric noticed watching this. He was like, "Wait," and I said, "Back up."
Mhm.
Did they just give
Mhm.
4 names? Because I thought it was illegal to say that more than one person directed a movie back in the day. That was the whole thing about the Poltergeist stuff. I thought, and like why Joel and Ethan Cohen, like only one of them gets director credit. I thought only one person was allowed to get director credit back in the
I
day.
think I do think that's only referring to like award stuff, but I don't
Oh,
think. And
maybe.
also, there is a kind of a blurry line, especially in terms of animation, because animated movies were treated very, very differently back then, though.
Yeah.
But Phil Nibelink, who was one of the 4 directors that did this, was actually part of the animation team behind Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He also
Oh.
he was part of the animation team behind Black Cauldron. One of my other favorite animated films of all time is The Great Mouse Detective. There's also Simon Wells, who actually directed, funny enough, Time Machine circa 2002 with Guy
Oh.
Pearce.
But let's go back for a second. Black Cauldron, that makes sense because this has a very specific looking animation style. I'd almost call it Iron Giant esque or Oliver and Company esque, but really what it is You know what? I don't know. You know what exactly what it is? I looked at Eric and I was like, this is like Sword in the Stone style animation. Like they're all very the features are all done like those characters in Sword of the Stone. Like when he finds who's that witch in Sword of the Stone who like is after Merlin?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. So like it's very much that animation style, or like bed knobs and broomsticks even during the animated sequences.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. In terms of animation style, it's kind of weird when I was looking at this and I'm like, this feels the certain scenes, certain voices, certain moments, styles just feel very familiar, and it's just kind of funny making these connections. Like I mentioned with Simon Wells, he not only did he direct Time Machine with Guy Pearce, awful movie,
Wait,
but
that one? That Time Machine?
yeah,
Not even
Guy
an
Pearce.
animated one.
No, yeah, like the actual one, and don't worry, he's the only director for that one. But he was actually
Oh, I wasn't worried.
one of the 3 or 4 directors that was part of the Prince of Egypt. Yeah,
I love that movie. I think
it's a
gasped
movie.
as
Yeah.
thinking of Road to El Dorado, but I also love Prince of Egypt.
But Dick Zodang, who is director number 3 for We're Back, also directed. He also was part of the animation team and director team behind one of my favorite Disney animated movies, Meet the Robinsons, which also includes time travel. You seeing a pattern here?
Oh, and here you were telling me there was no time travel movies.
It's just really weird seeing that happen. But also the 4th and final one is Ralph Zondag, which I guess is Dick and Ralph are brothers. But Ralph Zondag was actually part of the animation team behind American Tail. He was also
This also
involved.
looks like American Tail. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, he was involved with a few other. He was involved as like with a few other movies. He also directed Disney's Dinosaur, the movie.
Wait. Disney's Dinosaur or Pixar's Dinosaur? The Good Dinosaur?
No, Dinosaur, this one.
Oh, I've never seen that one. Wait, what's that one? Is it animated?
It's Walt Disney, yeah. An orphan dinosaur raised by lemurs joins an artist's trek into a sanctuary after a meteorite shower destroys his family home.
Wait, sorry, say again? What was that? He joins an artist colony?
And an orphaned dinosaur raised by lemurs joins an
Okay.
artist's trek to a sanctuary after a meteorite shower destroys his family home.
Am I mishearing the word? Are you saying artist's trek?
I don't know. It's like art. Is it arduous?
Arduous. I thought you were saying artist like art,
Oh.
like doing art.
Arduous. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. It's arduous. Yeah, yeah. But Alfred Woodard is in it. Julianne
What?
Moore. Hey.
Shout out to my girl Alfie.
Joan Plowright. What are you doing in here, Joan?
Wait, who?
Joan Plowright?
Who's that?
Girl. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Who
gosh.
that? Who that?
Oh, look at this picture.
Who is that?
Oh my gosh. She's been in a bunch of movies. She was in Dennis the Menace.
Oh, okay. I remember Walter Matthau and
that's
Christopher
not
Lloyd
okay.
in that movie, but I do not remember her.
Yeah,
Was she in
she's
Harry
been-
Potter?
What?
Was she in a Harry Potter?
No, she was not.
Oh, she should have
No,
been.
she wasn't. She's
It
like,
would have been really cool if she was.
oh my gosh, it would have. But yeah, she was in 101 Dalmatians.
That's who.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, the live action one?
She in 101 Dalmatians, she played she wasn't a nanny, she wasn't a maid. She was like,
Wait, was she in the live action one?
yeah, with
Then I
Glenn
know
Close.
exactly who you're talking about because I just watched that movie.
But yeah, I guess she was the nanny. I just thought it was like the person that helped on like.
Not nanny. She's like I thought she was one of their moms, or maybe just like an aunt or
Yeah,
something. I think she's like an aunt.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, I never thought it was like the nanny, but she definitely took on some kind of maternal figure. But anyway, so circling back, clearly this is a really great passion project for these 4 directors because you see the themes of dinosaurs, you see the themes of time travel as well in their future and previous projects. So the roots were always there. And so this actually coming to fruition is actually really cool to see.
Yeah, and also it's just big year for dinosaurs. Like we were saying, this is Jurassic Park year. This is Steven Spielberg's first animated. This is his animation studio's first project. I'm not sure how many other ones they do, but this is his first one. He clearly was like, I'm going to corner the fuck. I think there's even a quote from him being like, this is, for people who can't see Jurassic Park, because I just want people to be into dinosaurs this year. And it was huge. Dinosaurs and the Holocaust, the two things that he wanted people to be into in 1993. But yeah, I mean, this movie was weird. It was silly. It has that kind of thing where it's like you kind of want to get your friends to watch it if they haven't never heard of it. You kind of want them to go in blind. Because I thought she was a housekeeper. She might have been.
Regardless, it's not.
Oh yeah, wait, the Great Prehysteria. We were talking about that last night. That was another one, an animated one. There's also during this period the TV show Dinosaurs with the famous catchphrase "Not the mama." The baby dinosaur was like "Not the mama," and that movie, that show had Jessica Walter in it, and it was done with like these weird robot things, and they were very scary, or like puppet robots. And the very last episode, a meteorite hits the Earth, and it's so sad. What a weird way to end that series.
It was. There was a real. Yeah, you're right, Nancy. The Great Prehysteria.
That was like another movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of curiosity, and a lot of people were really excited about the idea of dinosaurs and entertainment. We also, like, in terms of filmmaking, it was also one of the first times that we were experimenting with the idea of dinosaurs and film that way. Like, I personally can't remember how many other movies before this involved dinosaurs animated.
Well, they're just very tough to show. Like, you could have them, but it would just they wouldn't look very realistic. There was just
absolutely
it didn't look very good.
So I mean, like, exactly, that's why. And obviously the crazy experimentation that Steven Spielberg did with Jurassic Park and the making of it really, it created a whole thing.
Like, when was Land Before Time? Land Before Time was before this, I believe.
That was around that time. I want to say it was like 92.
I would peg it at 91, 92. Let's double check that.
Oh wait, hold up. Maybe it was like 89.
No, really? Do you think so? Let's Google. Well, we have Google it.
Wait, hold up. I'm looking it up right now. 88. And guess
whoa, good job, Alex. Alex, you get a cookie. Guys, donate a couple bucks in the chat for Alex getting the time for this. So close.
Don Bluth.
89. Damn.
Don Bluth is like the man.
Oh yeah, that was Don Bluth. Yeah, he's dope. I would love I watched Jenny Nicholson's Land Before Time essay recently. Also, just shout out Jenny Nicholson. I need some new videos from you, gal. Like, you need to come up with some new content because I am dying for it. But yeah, Land Before Time. There's like 20 straight to DVD or straight to VHS sequels to Land Before Time. One of them has Reba McEntire in it. They're just nuts. Oh, you stinky puppy.
Don Bluth. We can dedicate an entire podcast, honestly, to Don Bluth and just combing through every one of his movies.
What else did he do?
Thumbelina, Rockadoodle, Troll in Central Park. He did A Secret of the Nim.
All those movies were too scary for me. I didn't like those movies, or the ones you mentioned. I didn't like Rats of Nim or The Secret of Nim. I didn't like the talking rat thing. Oh yeah, I liked American Tail. I know what style of animation you're talking about. It was very scary to me.
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yep, that's not surprising to me in the least.
Pebble and the Penguin.
Never even heard of that one.
Anastasia.
Oh, I loved Anastasia. In the dark of the night, devil will call you.
Hold up. Titan AE.
No, I mean, I know that's a movie.
It's a Disney movie. Pete's Dragon.
Yes. You can tell because he's got. Did he do Store in the Stone? Did he do Store in the Stone?
I don't think so. Wait, hold up.
Because it's like the same animation style. It's got those ridiculously crone-like, hag-like features for the women. In the dark of the night, terror will find you. Terror's the least I can do.
In the dark of the night,
terror's a crew. And
oh my gosh, what a crazy! He worked as an assistant animator for Sleeping Beauty way back in the day, and he worked as an assistant animator for Sword in the Stone.
He was?
He worked as an assistant animator. Mm-hmm.
I told you. I told
Mm-hmm.
you. I told them. I told
Mm-hmm.
them.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So what's funny is
it's
so I
unbelievable.
mean, do you have any favorite moments from this movie, Alex? Like, is there any parts of this film that just stand out for
Um,
you?
this one in particular, probably one of my favorite moments actually was at the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
um, where we get introduced, where we actually get introduced to Rex,
Mm-hmm.
where he's essentially get tricked into sticking his head into the spaceship and eating
Mm-hmm.
this brain bran or whatever it's called.
Brain grain.
It's a brain grain. I've been calling it brain bran,
I was calling
but
it brain pop, but yes, it is brain grain.
brain
Oh, I
grain, yeah.
shouldn't tell you that though, because we do have something coming up at the end of this episode. A special treat for you.
Brain grain. I guess that question can't be asked anymore.
Yeah, we can't ask that question because we will be doing a repeat of the quiz that we did last night because you didn't get to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be doing a repeat of it and having Eric come in and read a couple questions. I will not be taking the quiz again, but if I did, I would still lose to you probably.
No.
Like I did to Nancy hardcore last night.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about you? Do you have any favorite scenes or moments?
Yes. They were the following. Anything with Mad Eye Mooney in it. I like the part where I just like I related to him. I like that he had a machine that could make you scared. I like that he had a circus because like what a good idea. Like what a good idea, scary idea to do with like your vast infinite resources. What an opposite Lex Luthor move. Like way to think small. Like way to just think like in terms of like how can I make the American dream come true for me and not like, I could be a supervillain. Like, no, he's working super small scale here. Just employing one just dummy clown. Why? Why would he even want to do that? And I just liked his whole thing. His whole, like, chaotic evil thing. But also, like, lawful evil. I don't know. He made them sign a contract, which is always really funny in movies. Like, people have to obey contract law or else.
With a thumbprint. It felt very much like Ursula.
It was very much like Ursula. There was a blood contract, blood oath, brain cereal that goes both ways, drugs. This movie has everything. Singing dinosaurs, John Goodman, drugs, golf.
He's like a legitimately like a good singer in this, and I was like, damn, this is so good.
Eric has reminded me that there is something on the spectrum. It's not just lawful good, lawful, like neutral and lawful bad or evil. There's also on that spectrum chaotic neutral, lawful good, and business evil. Business evil is the one that we often forget on the paradigm. Business evil. Like Hans Gruber is business evil. He's not actually evil, not actually a terrorist. He just wants the money.
He's like money. That he's like he doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, Gordon Gekko, business evil.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love characters like that. It's sort of like how my favorite songs in musicals are always the business song. Like I like the songs that are just songs that are kind of interstitial programs between like the big ballads and like the big group numbers. Like I like it when they're just kind of figuring out logistics in musicals. So like in Phantom of the Opera, it's like the note song that the two people who own the theater sing, like, and they're just reading off notes, and they're like, here's to business. Or the Greatest Showman, where they have that song where Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman are just working out points on the business deal of running the circus, and it's like it's a jam, but they're just like talking about their percentage they're going to be making off this circus, and I love it. And I love in Les Mis when it's like Master of the House, and they're just like, here's how to run a shitty business. Just so many business songs I love. So that's the parts that's intriguing to me about whimsical universes is how you getting that money. Pokemon, how you making that money from being a trainer? You selling those Pokemon?
Yo, okay. I still cry watching Pokemon the first movie. I will never not cry watching Pokemon the first
Alex,
movie.
I've got to tell you something about Pokemon. You've opened up a wormhole, and by that I mean I did. And by wormhole I mean rabbit hole, which is that I've been selling Pokemon, folks. I've gotten really into buying and selling Pokemon, but I don't know anything about the Pokemon.
Do you have Pokemon Go?
Yes, Pokemon Go is like how me and Ryan Johnson ended up. Like, I think I'm the only person that's still playing Pokemon Go except Ryan Johnson. I like playing Pokemon Go. It's just like in New York, you could walk around and do stuff. Here in LA, I can't walk around, so there's nothing to get. But like, I loved it. The summer I was getting divorced, I spent all my money. I called it my Pokemoney. I spent like $1,000 on like the upgrades and stuff so I could go catch Pokemon at all hours in like Central Park. Oh, let me get mine out. Okay.
My name is Tunamac125.
What level are you on?
No, I just started playing. I'm on level 20.
Okay, hold on. I haven't updated it in like a couple years, like literally years. But like last time I checked, you could like do VR versions of it. Really cool, but basically I've started buying and selling Pokemon, and Eric started making me watch the Pokemon cartoon. There's so much to unpack there. I need to start having my own Pokemon podcast, which is people explaining Pokemon to me, or maybe just me trying to janky explain Pokemon to somebody else. Eric's like, yeah, this movie could have used a good business song. Oh yeah, to get us back on topic, this movie only had one song. It could have used at least one more song from the villain perspective, and like at least maybe one song from the good guy, like from the like scientist, where he's like, "Here is my machine. People love dinosaurs in the future. Here's your objective. Like, go here. Well, stay out of the way for my brother." Mm-hmm. One of those things. There should have been like a ballad, you know, where they're like, "Where is home?" You know, like one of those things. Like they needed their somewhere out there. Mm-hmm. And they also needed a good villain song.
Just saying, Pokemon, the first movie, was released in theaters.
Oh no, oh, you want to cover that? We can cover that, but like just understand that I'm at the part of Pokemon Go, the TV show, where like we still haven't been introduced to anything beyond Growlithe. I think we just got introduced to Growlithe.
Fine. Totally fine.
I don't know who Mew is. Mew is not a character they've ever discussed.
That's okay.
Let alone Mewtwo.
That's totally okay.
Okay. Who's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon? Of all time, if we're gonna go in first generation, I'm gonna stick to first generation.
First generation? So, like, which one though? Which Pokemon?
Give me a minute. I need to look at a list. I used to be able to do the Pokerap, but I can't anymore.
Do the Pokerap.
I know. I used to.
Pokerap. Guys, if we get $10 more, Alex is gonna try to do the Pokerap.
No, I want to be the best there ever was.
Something.
Yeah, that's all cause. Electron token.
And then it's like, go ahead, no, do it. $10 more, folks, and we're gonna hear the Pokerap.
No, I used to be able to, but not anymore.
I'll pull up the lyrics, or like the order it goes in, and then Eric, we're gonna need you to come in too, because it's gonna be time for our special thing that we're doing. We're doing a quiz. I do want to say before we do the quiz, we're back. We're gonna run through some questions we did last night. This is all the hair I pulled off the dog. That's gross. And she still smells weird. But we are doing for next week, we are taking an about 180 shift, but still with our Shanley hour. That's our John Patrick Shanley show that Cinema Bias turned into. We're going to be reviewing Doubt, a movie I have never seen and only know about because they did a monologue from it in Barry, or they were going to do a monologue from it in Barry and then didn't do it. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, I got it. I remember.
Okay, but first, because no one's donated yet, guys, streamlabs.com/VideoDrew, $10 more, and we're gonna like have the Pokerap, part of the Pokerap. And then also, real quick, did you pick out your favorite? Because I'm just waiting to talk.
Yeah. My one of my huge favorites personally was definitely Nidoqueen.
Nidoqueen's hot. Nidoqueen's got a thing going on. I like her a lot.
Yeah, Nidoqueen's like I remember my favorite Pokemon were always Stone. I also loved fighting Pokemon, and Earth Pokemon. Those were like my jam. Blastoise, I was always like really.
Blastoise are great.
Yeah.
So here's mine. We got there. NerdChronic.
Eric.
Pokerap.
Trader.
Here's mine. Here's my favorite guy or girl. I think it's a girl.
Okay.
It's Mimikyu. Mimikyu. She grows. She's the little thing at the bottom, and she grows a janky ass looking Pikachu off the top of her head because she can mimic. She can kind of mimic She looks like a scary stories to tell in the dark character. Mimikyu. What you doing, janky ass Pokemon?
Okay.
Let's do it.
This is
No,
a
wait,
struggle.
I'll start for you. I'll start the chorus. I want to be the best ever was. Fighting Pokemon.
Give me a hot second.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna make up some lyrics. Fighting Pokemon is my thing. Gonna be the best, like no king was before. Jumping up or looking down, looking on my roar. Oh no, that's. Oh, we're gonna get black.
Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Redheart, Pidgey, Picking, Jolteon, Dragonite, Gastly, Pokemon, yeah, Butterfree. Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Push across the land, and forward and wide. Release from my hand, that was that side. Enough Poliwag, Nidoran, Golduck, Moltres. Don't worry. I used to be able to do it.
Pokemon.
Zubat, Primeape, Meowth, Geodude, Rapidash, Magneton, Snorlax, Dreamcast, Golden, Sparrow, Weezing, Shield, Gyarados, Slowbro.
Bring small.
Okay, I can do this.
So hopefully we're not gonna get flagged.
Let's see. Yeah, Ruben Bell. Caterpie, Shampoo, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Golem, and Pikachu. Oh. Okay. Oh gosh, I can't do this.
Wait. Okay, so I think that's good. If we end up getting flagged, just know that it was totally worth it. Nancy's having flashback. Eric, do you remember Wartortle? Yeah, Wartortle's
Wartortle. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Wartortle.
I like the stories I make up about them in my head. So like when I see them in the cartoon, I'm like, that's not how they talk. This one's also my favorite. This is my Basquiat Slowking. It's done like a Basquiat photo for some reason, or painting. That one's good. I don't know. I like Mr. Mime because he's scary and like, what's his deal? Anyway,
because I've heard a lot of complaint in later years talking about how there's a handful of Pokemon that ended up being removed because they ended up being like stereotypical.
Oh no, those were the early gen ones. Those are the ones that got removed. Like I have one of those. I have a banned Jinx.
There was a Pokemon that had dreadlocks, big red lips, like
it was a Jinx. It was a straight up Jinx, and it's terrible.
Oh no, Jinx was supposed to be like a trans character.
No, Jinx was straight up blackface. The original Jinx, the Japanese version of Jinx was they banned it because I have one. It's just straight up blackface.
In the dress.
It's literally. I'll show you in a second. It's literally just a thing in blackface, and it's banned now, along with a couple other weird. I have a couple weird ban cards, but I feel like Eric's gonna start yelling at me after the show for getting off topic. But yeah, Pokemon guys. Eric, do you want to come in and give us our quiz, our quizzy quiz?
Oh yeah, please.
The chicken martial art fire type. What the hell are you talking about, man? Chicken martial art fire type?
Well, you mean the fighting type? That was like the fighting type had like Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, that kind of thing.
So wait, so you want to see my banned ones? This one I'm saying. I'll take it out of the sleeve.
Yeah, like the drag one in the dress. Yeah, that was like
the issue. I don't think it was drag. I think the issue was it was just total character.
I thought it was supposed to be yeah. I it's like well, whammy. Yeah, I thought it was more about being like a drag thing, and it's there was another one though that did have dreadlocks though, big red lips, brown skin.
This one is also banned. By the way, look at what this is. It's super creepy. I'm not sure. Hopefully this will not be creepy about.
I can't see it. I don't know what it is.
So it is suckling it's a Pokemon suckling on the teat of another Pokemon. It's like a trainer card. Super weird.
That's weird.
I know. This is another banned one. They have a couple banned cards, especially the Japanese ones that are like no bueno anymore. Gonna be the best. Eric, get your butt out here. Or else I'm just gonna keep going on Pokemon. Hypno, Rapidash, something, something. I don't know what some of these ones in Japanese say, but like this one's just a glow orb. I don't know what this means, if anyone knows. It looks like the Tulpa from Twin Peaks. Tulpa. So yeah, I think my favorite one is Mimikyu, and then my second favorite one is like the blob one, like Ditto.
Oh,
sometimes Ditto, right?
I love Ditto.
Yeah, there's some like of the new generation that I feel like are like my spirit animals, like the ones that are just like their like thing is like call for help or like call my family or like lay around and do nothing. Yeah, this is for you, Alex. This is just for you, gal.
Nidoqueen.
Nidoqueen. She don't need no king.
Oh my gosh, I can't. We have to cover Pokemon, the first movie, and then we
Okay,
have
we're gonna do it, girl. We're
have
gonna
a
do
quiz
it.
on it. We have to have a quiz on it as well in the time.
Okay, I'll be into that because I like the episode I saw of Pokemon that was being John Malkovich style. Like it was straight up like, oh, I also love Psyduck because he's just like, what is going on?
Ooh, have you seen
Psyduck? My dad loves Psyduck because
have you seen Pokemon the movie?
I saw Pokemon
Detective.
and I talked to the
Detective
director.
Pikachu.
Yeah, I saw Detective Pikachu, and the director said that was his favorite character too. And I have a picture of me and him along with us playing Pokemon Go. So there's a VR version of a Psyduck like going like this, and it's like me and the director being like, Eric's here.
That's so cute. Psyduck is like.
I like Detective Pikachu, but the one funny thing that the director told me was he didn't know anything about Pokemon before making that movie.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. He's like, and I still don't really care about those weird like pocket monsters. Okay. We got Eric. Here,
Where's my
right there.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Because we raised some money tonight, and Eric did that, and she did that Pokemon rap for us. Demonetization.
Sammy, stop. I'm trying to work here.
Sammy, go over here. One of them smells real bad.
Oh no, try Tulpa.
I've been trying to clear. Okay.
I mean, that's
so we did this last night. With,
2 weeks of filth.
I mean, but trash shampoo. But so we did this quiz last night, Alex. Nancy won, but then again, she didn't really have tough competition. If you remember Nancy's final score, we can play you against her score.
I should have it on my phone still.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any whiteboards or anything.
Doesn't matter. You're the only one answering.
Nancy's score was 33 points.
Okay.
I'm not going to beat that. That's a perfect score.
It was pretty close.
Like if I actually worked for it, maybe. But
okay, let's get ready to VideoChronic pop culture quiz starting nowish.
Yes, if I can.
And I'm here.
Get the thing. And Drew's here too.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
Okay.
But you're not even on camera. Big surprise.
Oh.
There we go. Guys, I don't know how I'm going to go back to wearing regular clothing because I just want to wear jorts. This is my one pair of jorts, and it's very comfortable. And I don't want to have to wear like a skirt without having pants underneath.
Skort.
Okay.
You can wear a skort. Skorts are acceptable.
Okay.
Jorts.
I'm just gonna give all the
Good for you.
questions since like it's not fair to handicap her since you guys were talking about the movie for an hour.
Yeah, but did we talk about anything specific?
A couple things.
Okay.
So first question. After signing them under contract, Professor Screweyes turns Louis and Cecilia into what?
Monkeys.
Yes, that's correct.
Monkeys. I said apes.
It's also acceptable.
Yeah.
Right.
Tomato.
What is the name of the cereal designed to enhance the mental capacity of the dinosaurs that allows them to speak?
Thank you, Drew. Brain grain.
That's correct. Brain grain.
Yeah, that one I gave to her. You can mark that as she would have gotten it incorrect. But I told her. Just kidding.
Okay, next question. What is the wish Cecilia makes during the climax that Professor Newwise is able to hear and find them with?
Ooh.
Make no bad happen.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Wait, make no bad happen?
Yeah, she says like it's
Let no bad happen or something.
yeah, let him. It's again, it's kind of phrased weird because she says it one way, then he says it like a different way. So
Yeah.
I'll take the broad idea of it. It's like she says it first. Don't let bad happen, and then he comes by and says like, "Yes, I heard you. You said let no bad happen." That's not what she said.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
also, like, what a weird Santa wish. Like, that's so abstract of a concept.
Yeah,
Like, don't worry, kid. I got your message of no bad happen now, please.
That's how we got world peace.
Yeah, that is probably how in the future we got world peace.
Yes.
Yeah. At least he just hang out in space the rest of the time when he's not helping. I use air quotes with that.
Waiting for shit to happen.
What does Cecilia use to prick her finger to sign the contract with for Professor Screw Eyes?
Oh.
Leotode.
Is it like a feather thingy?
That's what I said.
A feather thingy?
I said a feather
Yeah,
thingy.
Like a feather thingy with like a prick at the end of it?
Would you like multiple choice?
I said like I
Multiple
said like I took multiple choice, but I picked a quill.
Is it A, a thorn, B, a hairpin, C, a tack, or D, a pen?
Hairpin?
Yes.
It is a hairpin.
Okay, but in my mind, does it have a feather on it? Because that's why I said pen. Because I was thinking of a quill.
It does not.
Never mind. That's in. You know what? That's in. That's in the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
She has a quill.
When dropping them off in present day, Professor New Eyes directs the dinosaurs to go find what location?
To find the Natural History Museum. Museum of Natural History.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's okay to call it the Natural History Museum because that's what us New Yorkers call it.
That's what you said.
We call it the Natural History Museum.
Wait, Museum of Natural History.
Ding. That's what he says.
Yeah, but he's just like from the future. He doesn't know how we talk.
What is the name of the Martian helping Professor New Eyes?
Yeah, we
Oh, that one I don't know.
Yeah.
Multiple?
Would you like multiple?
Yeah, multiple.
Is it A, Osmo, B, Marv, C, Vorb, or D, Zebo?
They all sound plausible.
I know one of them is from our VideoDrew.
Osmo?
It was Vorb.
Oh.
Osmo sounds like from something else, though. What is Osmo from?
It's a cutoff of Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh. From what?
From the Fairly Odd Parents, the TV show.
You weirdo.
Cartoon.
Dork.
Because he's also like a little thingy, like floating around.
Yeah, meet George Jetson.
Yeah. Yes. What is the name of the bird Rex is telling the story to at the beginning of the film?
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't remember that.
But multiple.
Multiple.
Is it A, Bucky, B, Baxter, C, Buster, or D, Buddy?
Buster?
Yes, Buster.
I was like, took multiple on that. I was like, well, I know it starts with letter B, so that will help out.
I remember the mom is big, like Mama Bird or something.
Who that? Yeah, and that.
Danny DeVito's ex-wife.
Yeah, Rhea Perlman is the mom, the bird mom.
Didn't they get back together? I think they're back
Yeah,
together.
they're back together now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. What belonging of Cecilia's does Louis catch midair that leads to them meeting each other?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What belonging of Cecilia's does Louis catch midair that leads to them meeting each other?
A hat?
Yes, her hat.
Then how's she got a hairpin if she's wearing a hat?
She has the hairpin under her hat. Oh, no, she's not wearing the hat throughout
She's
the
also
film.
wearing like a hairbread. She's like wearing
Gotcha.
a ribbon on her hair kind of thing.
What famous blockbuster film is being advertised on the movie theater marquee during the big parade scene?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, E.T., B, Jurassic Park, C, Jaws, or D, Indiana Jones?
So I'll give you a hint. I definitely said it's not this movie, and then turned out to be that movie.
Jurassic Park in that case?
Yes, it's Jurassic Park.
That is the correct answer. I said E.T. I said it can't be Jurassic Park, but it was.
It was. The Jurassic Park was released a few months prior to this, and they just like got it in there. And that was back in the 90s, right? So Jurassic Park was probably still in theaters, like when it was still when it was
my
came
god!
out.
Jurassic Park stayed in theaters for a very long time.
So it's
You know
probably
the
still
movie
there.
that stayed in theaters the longest amount of time ever? E.T.
E.T. Oh wow,
Stayed in theaters for an entire year.
wow. Jesus, what are people doing? All right. What food are all the dinosaurs eating when Rex arrives on the ship to greet them?
Sausages?
Yeah, sausage and hot dogs. Yes.
I also give you that one too. When I talked about the hot dogs.
Yeah, because they don't look like hot dogs to me.
No, they're like canapes. That's what I remember.
Yeah, there's like
and that that don't
strictly
look.
just sausages. Yeah.
Maybe Vienna sausages.
There's no buns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was right. If I had put canapes, I could have argued my way into being right.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so Eric. That's how this relationship works fine.
If you had done that.
I did.
that's
I wrote
correct.
canapes. I just didn't answer canapes.
When Louis first meets Elsa, the pterodactyl, he asks her if she is what kind of animal.
A bat.
Yes, a bat. That's correct.
You're killing this. Which you're giving Nancy a run for her money.
Yep. What is the wish Rex heard Louis make before traveling to the present day?
I wish I had a friend.
That's correct.
That's so sad. Did he mean the dinosaur or did he mean his girlfriend?
Either one, I guess, right? All right. What is the name of the device that allows dinosaurs to hear the wishes of children across time and space?
Wish radio.
Yes.
Wait, the dinosaurs or the guy?
Well,
No,
just that allows them to hear. I'd say they
There's
invented
no
it. Yeah.
But he can hear it too.
Yes. But he doesn't care.
Wait, so the other guy just has an amplifier device, and this guy has a.
No, they're
hearing.
both the same thing. They both do the same function. Just
Well-
one hears wishes, one hears fears.
Yeah, but one of them can grant fears, can it?
No.
But he can amp it up.
No, he doesn't amp it up. He switches it to like find which
what
one.
a weird thing! What
Yeah.
a weird device! What
Yeah.
a weird thing to want to create. So peekaboo on your thoughts.
Hey, he's a businessman, right? If he knows the fears of people, he can use that for
but
business.
then use it to make an amusement park.
Yeah,
But like not even to like play on nuclear or whatever.
nuclear. Okay, I don't know where you're going.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know either.
What sport is Rex playing at the start of the film?
Golf.
Yes.
Just basically, you have the powers of Pedro Pascal in Wonder Woman 1984,
My circus is good,
and
but
like
it can be better.
Exactly, a circus is good, but a circus with dehumanized children is better.
What is the name of the reversed evil formula developed by Professor Screweyes used to make the dinosaurs devolve into their previous state?
Yeah, I'm gonna need multiple choice.
This is the one I got.
Is it brain strain? I say A, brain strain, B, brain drain, C, brain rain, or D, lame brain?
Brain drain.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Queen.
All right.
Yes,
Next
Nido Queen.
Question. Next question. Before Screw Eyes, sorry, I don't know why I said that. Professor Screw Eyes advertises his circus as Professor Screw Eyes' what circus? Blank circus. What is it?
It's like eccentric circus.
Yes, eccentric. That's correct.
Wow, good job. What did I say?
Abnormal.
That's right. Did you just go to thesaurus.com?
No, I thought of that actually.
Oh, good job. That's what I was thinking.
To demonstrate the power of his fear hearing machine, Professor Screw Eyes sets it to what setting?
Wait, repeat that.
To demonstrate the power of his fear hearing machine, Professor Screw Eyes sets it to what setting?
Yeah, I need multiple choice.
Is it A, nightmare, B, paranoid, C, screaming Mimi, or D, nervous?
These are all ones that have settings, by the way.
Nightmare.
It was paranoid.
Paranoid.
Yes. All right. And next question. What is the name of the clown that works Professor Screw Eyes at the circus?
I did say this one.
Yes.
Yes. You're welcome, Alex.
Okay. The film takes place around what holiday?
Thanksgiving.
That's correct.
I forgot to tell Drew. I thought she was thinking of abnormal because the poster says astonishing dinosaur. Oh, that's probably right. Also, like Nancy's right. They definitely look like sausages, but Dweeb says hot dogs. Yeah, I think it's because they're smart, but they're not that smart.
Yeah, it's like the closest thing they can say. It's just like hot
Well,
dogs.
in the future, they don't have canapes.
Mhm.
World hunger is ended, but also no canapes.
Last question of the main quiz. Professor Screw Eyes is tormented and eventually consumed by what kind of animal?
Crow.
Danny!
Yes, yeah, it's a crow. All right, so
sad that Brandon Lee made his final cameo in this movie.
Yikes. All right. So Alex, with that, gets with the main quiz 32 points.
Oh my god. Well, you know what that means?
Just
Nancy, we're sending you the link, and we're going to have the 5-pointer. Because they're in a 5-point radius of each other. And if she wins, then we're going to have to add on this tonight's money and then split it again. Nancy will have to get that money back.
Nancy's coming in, money in the bank.
Money in the bank. This is double or nothing, Nancy, because now we have an extra $70 on this pot.
Yeah, Alex only trails Nancy by 1 point.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Nancy, you want in on this? I'll send you the link. I'll send Eric to send you the link. Nancy, just send me your freaking phone number.
She says do it.
Okay, Nancy, what's your phone number? Or I guess you can't send me your phone number. Can you just send me Nancy's phone number and I will send her the link?
I'll send you her phone number.
Okay, this will take 2 seconds, guys. By the way, let's just do our little plugs a little bit early, so that way we can get that out of the way. Like I said, next week we are doing Doubt, which I hear is a romp-filled fest, only on par with this movie.
I've actually seen Doubt.
I have not. Is it fun?
No.
She said yes. She should have said yes.
I believe it's based off of a play.
Yes, written by him. I think.
He also wrote the play.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Okay, Nancy, I'm texting you right now because I think he's like a playwright guy. Because he also did that other play that Wild Mountain Time isn't Wild Mountain Time also based on a play? Oh no, it's based on a book I think he wrote.
As far as I know, I haven't heard. I don't know.
Okay, so Outside Mulliganer, there was another play that he wrote, and he wrote that one, Wild Mountain Time, as a play, which kind of makes sense. Doubt was also a play. I think he also wrote that. Yeah, screenplay by him.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's like a Mick whatever. He's like a Mick whatever brother. McFarlane, McDonald. You know, Beheading of Spokane, 7 Psychopaths. Mark McDonough.
Oh, yeah.
He's like the McDonough brothers.
Where's she at?
Huh?
Where's she at?
What you got? What do you got? Nothing. What are you talking about?
She has something in her paws. No, she's hiding it.
What are you hiding? It's just hanging a little toy.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good.
Hey, tell Nancy I sent it to her.
Nancy, she sent to you. Oh, there she is. Ew.
And Alex, we appreciate you staying up so late to do this.
Hello.
Oh, thing. Real quick, guys, we are moving the show to 7 p.m.
Cool.
Pacific time, starting next week, to allow for a better schedule because this is very late for Alex and she has actual work to do. So we appreciate Alex being so amenable to staying up and stuff. But next week it will be an hour earlier. Cinema bias.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like that.
Sorry, I don't have my setup.
My head already beat
crap.
Nancy, so.
Wait, is next week July 4th?
Yes.
Okay, we might not have. No, that's Sunday.
No, this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, guys, for all the marbles.
Yeah. 5-point question. Again.
Oh, wait, I don't have a whiteboard or anything.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, let me go grab something.
Yeah,
Or you can use your phones or whatever.
And both of you were so comfy.
yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. I'll just do my version. Gigatron, Voltorb, Kangasaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, the other one, Blaine's Charmander.
So the reason I was
Voltorb.
laughing in the chat was because me and Eric used to sing the Pokemon rap all the time.
Oh, every night Eric tries to impress me with how much he knows of the Pokemon rap.
Don't act like it doesn't work because you tell me to do it. So.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying it's not cool.
It's weird because I don't care about Star Wars at all in the slightest. However, can do the MC Chris Boba
I'm
Fett.
Bubba the Fett. My backpack's got jets. I bounty hunt for Boba Fett. Like for Jabba Hutt. It's my bet. I feel in deep space.
My face.
Oh my god! Do you know I added MC Chris during the Mandalorian, and he messaged me back and was like, and then DM me being like, "I'm so glad you like this," and he retweeted it, and I was like, "Oh my god, MC Chris is the best." I'm Bubba the Fett. My backpack's got jets.
Did you know they didn't change, but they are trying to ignore the name of his ship now? It's called Slave One. And it's what
are they gonna call it?
In marketing, they just call it Boba Fett's ship.
You know what they should call it? They should call it a prisoner
with job 1.
Yeah, prisoner with job 1.
Okay.
Okay. 5 winners.
So 5 points for all the
5 pointer. All right.
Yikes. I'm about to lose.
When Professor Screw Eyes turns Louie and Cecilia into monkeys, he says he's going to bill them as what for the circus?
He's going to
bill them. What's the name?
He's gonna call them.
What's the name of what's the name of their the attraction they're going to be a part of?
Can I have a hint? Pokey, 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 pokey. Pokemon. I see the answer. Oh, no one's getting this. Oh, you know what? I'll give a hint. You might be able to get this if you think of Stanley's extended universe.
That does not help me at all.
Oh, I guess.
I don't know.
And this word is kind of like
Yeah.
it's
Mine's
kind of like
wrong.
another thing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's start with Alex.
I had Freak Show.
And
Originally put de-evolution exhibit.
Nancy.
I put devolved boy and girl.
Well, the answer clearly, guys, was Wild Children of the Hellzapoppin'.
Yeah, the Wild Children of Hellzapoppin'.
I don't remember that at all.
He says he's I'll build the ones the Wild Children of Hellzapoppin'. Then he pulls out the curtain and he has like a sign that says Hellzapoppin'.
Like
Yes,
Hellzapoppin'.
Okay, I remember now because I remember the sign and be like, "What the hell is this? Why is it Hellzapoppin'?"
Hellzapoppin'.
Well, that leaves no winners for tonight. However, Nancy, you still get to have 1 point on Alex for the
Yay,
ultimate
I
game.
get to keep my
Alex-
money.
Alex, you gave her a run for the money.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
Quite literally, I guess.
Thank you for joining us, Nancy, real quick. We're going to pull you off. I hate when I say that. I always say it. I can't not say it. We're going to pull you off. The
Well,
big
real
one
quick,
right now.
Nancy, you were.
We talk about a Ghibli movie or something sometime soon.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Nancy, what movie should we do?
What movie?
For
Yeah.
Cinema Bias.
No.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. We should have Nancy on Cinema Bias. Nancy,
After
after we're done our
Congo,
Stanley.
for sure.
What is
Wait,
it?
huh?
Congo.
Congo. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. That's another. You
And
want to come on for our Congo week?
And that's what-
he wrote.
Be.
And everyone wants a Congo quiz.
Oh my God! Be
Yes.
excited! Be excited! Be
Mhm.
excited! Be excited! In
I
fact, after
love
that, we're gonna do Congo.
That is another one I haven't seen in years, though.
At least Congo is kind of like a nice segue because like it's Michael Crichton.
But it's also John Patrick Shanley.
Oh, he did it too?
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
wow.
He wrote Congo. Wait, that's what we were talking about.
No,
he,
I didn't know that.
He also
Yeah.
wrote
I
Congo.
was kinda-
We did that. We talked about that. Oh my gosh,
I forgot.
we did that yesterday.
John, if you are watching this, and I hope you are because I keep tagging you, know that this show, we're still trying to find out the title of it. The Stanley Hour is working for me. But just please join our show. We would love to have you on 1 week to just talk about your movies. So please join up. Nancy, specifically Congo. That'd be a fun one for him. Where can we find you, Nancy?
You can find me at PL_Band-Aid on Twitter and Instagram. And then you can find me at a Fans View of the FCL with Vernon. Typically that comes out on Fridays. And then this upcoming episode, we're going to have Chris Adams and Robert Montagna.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that match day was tight. That was a tight match.
That was a
Good
good
to
one.
watch. What about you? I guess we'll do Nerd real quick, and then Alex will do Alex, and then we'll do me.
Yes, me, Nerd, is at NerdChronic across all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also editing for the Movie Schmoedown. Also doing not this, but VideoChronic every Monday and Thursday. Tomorrow, it's Wednesday. Thursday. This Thursday, we are going to have again Frankie Alvarez versus Sean Sullivan in Small Soldiers.
One of the Adams brothers wants in on that super bad, or have they taken it
I
already?
feel like Robert Adams has already taken it. Pretty sure you're taking it.
You're right. Congratulations, you just joined the Pen 15 Club.
Cool. All right. And that's it.
And Alex, where can we find you?
You can find me up there on Twitter at @real_AlexMike. You can also find my husband on occasion streaming now on Twitch.
Oh, what's his name?
On something. I remember there's like it's like light is always like it's like
Lucas with the money sign.
like
Lucas
Lucas light something. His name translates to light.
Oh wait, is it his Twitch handle? I know it is Twitch handle. It's like the light something. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I just remember that part. But yeah, so yeah, that's it. We're just hanging though. Honestly. Do stuff with the call to action. Stuff. On occasion now. Call to action podcast. So if that's something you're into, hop on over there. That'd be much appreciated.
Oh, we have the name. It's Igithfoot. IG Lightfoot. But I think Sarge just spelled it wrong. I think it's Lightfoot, right?
Hopefully.
Like, it doesn't mess up spelling of it, but I think he got the right idea, Lightfoot.
Yeah, tell us that's correct.
Me, I'm Video Drew. I'm blown out as hell. This is what I look like in real life. If you ever see me, I look like I'm the end of Saint Maud. Like, just half of me is just... Anyway, spoiler alert for the end of St. Maud. You can find me at Video Drew across all social platforms. Thank you to everyone who donated to hear that a glorious poker rap, and to Anthony Nugent. We will be back here next week to talk about Doubt, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. God, it's so late where you are, Alex. 10 p.m. Eastern time.
It's almost
We do live in the dark Sunday nights. We've talked about VideoChronic. Follow me across Video Drew across all social platforms and selling platforms, because I sell Pokemon and Twin Peaks merch. It's my two things. So, guys, thank you for joining us. We love you very much. This is The Wrong Mouse. And good night, good luck, and brush your teeth once in a while.
Remember to drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah, or like the one that's the other one. You know, the one...